Dinner in 10 minutes? Yes, and not just any dinner. Authentic Phở Gà, a Vietnamese chicken noodle soup that even picky kids adore. I'm going to share with you my mom's super efficient meal prepping system, and you'll see that this is the ultimate hack for a busy parent. Instead of stressing out at 6 p.m., you'll be pulling together chewy rice noodles, crunchy bean sprouts, and the light aromatic broth in minutes, and getting thumbs up like I got with mine. First, I'll walk you through my mom's authentic Phở Gà recipe. You'll see that it's mostly passive work. And then I'll share her meal prep strategy that makes weeknight dinners so much easier. Timestamps are in the description if you'd like to skip ahead. However, together, the recipe and the strategy will save you so much time while giving your family a comforting bowl of soup that they'll love. Place 2 whole chickens into a large 2.5-gallon stock pot. Cover them completely with filtered water. Turn the burner on to high. Add 1 star anise, 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 cloves of garlic. In the meantime, we're going to char our vegetables. Place the onions and the ginger directly on the burner. And once you get this coloration, flip it over, repeat. When it's ready, put this directly into your stock pot. After a few minutes, you'll see foam or scrum rising to the surface. Skim that off with a spoon. This is essential to get a beautiful clear broth that pho is known for. Once the broth comes to a boil, lower the heat to medium-low. You want to keep it at a low boil so that the broth stays clear. Let this simmer for an hour and a half and you're done. Once the broth has completely cooled, pour it through a sieve to catch any solid. Now the meal prep system. Divide the broth into mason jars. Be sure to stop at the widest lip so that there's room for the liquid to expand in the freezer. This is important. Shred the chicken and place it in silicone ice cube tray. Finally, just add a lid, label the jar, and you've got ready to go authentic pho broth for future dinners. I call this my savings account. And that's it, your broth is prepped and stored. On a busy weeknight, all you have to do is pull out a jar, place it in the microwave, and heat it up for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, bring a pot of water to a boil. First, blanch the bean sprouts for about 10 seconds, just enough to soften them while keeping their crunch. Remove and set aside. Let the water come back to a boil, then add the rice noodles. I like using the fresh ones from the refrigerated section. They're chewy and cook almost instantly. No soaking needed. Boil for about 2 minutes, then drain. Rinse the noodles with cold water to remove excess starch. Drain well, then divide them amongst the serving bowls. Take the broth out of the microwave, place it in the pot. I like using the same pot that I used to cook my veggies in to minimize cleanup. Add a few cubes of the frozen shredded chicken. And when everyone is ready to eat, ladle the broth and the chicken over the noodles. Look at that clear broth. Add your toppings and you are done. In my family, I let my kids decide on how much topping and meat they want to have. Authentic Phở Gà in 10 minutes or less. Bon appétit!